Yeah, not just the fact that he's a bald Dutchman, but I can see the resemblance there. He's actually had quite an interesting backstory as Matt Campbell hits the first 180 of the tournament. But Patrick Heeraerts managed to recover from dartitis, and he did that by throwing darts in the dark. Not too sure about the safety of that, but if it worked for him...
Jules van Dongen is teaching himself to play left-handed, isn't he? Which is quite remarkable. I've only come across that once before in doing a bit of coaching up in Norwich, and this lad convinced me. He said, "Oh no, I used to be right-handed," and his throw was perfect as well, which is quite an anomaly because it's very difficult. I can't even hit the board with my left hand. Never mind me right one before anybody starts emailing in. But this is a beautiful turn. Leaves himself 170. But we were just looking back over Matt Campbell's season as he has 2 darts at double 16 for 1-0 and lands it. Very, very tidy start. And his numbers aren't too bad, Dan, are they? Can't have it all done.
Well, after a blistering start, Matt Campbell is in danger of being broken. Would go back on Patrick's throw.
They did a World Series in Vienna a couple of years ago, and that was absolutely packed to the rafters. There's definitely a passion for our sport here. Yep, that's in. Single 14. Ball.
99. Matthew
He's come back well in this match, hasn't he? He was 2-0 down. The response has been a positive one.
65. Patrick, you require 25.
The back-to-back 16, well, possible 16 dart and a 17.
Games on the 4th leg.
No drama.
Patrick
and now we're back on throw because that was a break. Who he's had wins over this year. He's beaten Stephen Bunting.
140.
Beaten Nathan Rafferty. He's beaten Jan van Veen. He's beaten Darryl Pilgrim, Neil Zonneveld, Chris Dobie, Wesley Plaisier.
60. Matthew require
Steve
105.
Johnny Clayton, Jim Williams. So he's had some wins over some big names who were all higher than him in the rankings.
45. Patrick, you require.
Well, Matt was eyeing up 2 tops then. Went very aggressively as the first one was out of the board. Heeraerts looks at 150. Does he stay there or switch to the 18s? Try to stay there.
Yeah, because his darts actually, it's quite deceiving. They're actually below horizontal, aren't they? So that was very much a stacking opportunity. One here for Campbell, who throws a very flat dart, but double 10.
50.
Oh, what an opportunity that was for a 2-leg cushion.
52.
Already it's got the feel of a game that could go all the way. Heeraerts looks at double top. That's some way north.
12.
Couldn't really use it as a guide. So Campbell gets an opportunity he maybe didn't expect. 3 for double 1. Matt Campbell does have a 2-leg cushion, just as he did earlier on. And this game is going in something of a pattern. 2 legs for Matt, 2 for Patrick, 2 for Matt. He's not led this game yet, Patrick. But he's got a wonderful chance to change that. Good look at the bull here.
He's chased the game down very well, hasn't he? Like you say, from the opening leg, that 11 darter must have shook him up, and he's probably thinking, oh dear,
100.
What's happening today?
You require 81.
He's just stuck in. Just grinding.
What a time this would be for an 11 darter. Patrick Heeraerts finds it. He nudges himself in front for the first time in the game.
Well, had that double 16 gone in for the match from Patrick, he'd have finished off with 15, 11, 15, which is a high quality sequence.
$95. Patrick, you require 170.
Again, in that position where he's got 6 at this. replace in round 2.
98.
Decent enough setup. Campbell needs 2 big trebles at least.
100.
Gets 1, although that'll feel like a good sum.
72.
We'll have to darts 1 and 2.
One more chance for Patrick Herat. This time at double tops. Matt Campbell nods.
32.
Buckled the wire.
Mate, you require 121.
Right. He's got to stay straight here. And does. Treble 17. Oh, would have left the ball.
97.
Just in case.
Patrick, you require 40.
And he wasn't best pleased with the second dart. Won't be best pleased if Patrick finds double top. Is that awkward for him? He's not moving at all. 3 more match darts missed.
Yeah, and that was a great shot of the angle of entry of his darts, showing how difficult it was.
Matt Campbell pinches the pocket of Patrick Herat. He could not mark his European Tour debut with victory.
A perfect looking treble 20.
Semi-finalist at the Grand Slam of Darts, of course, Mickey Mansell. Probably, I mean, he is a Pro Tour title winner from a few years ago, but semi-finals of the Slam's got to be the high watermark of his career so far. And this from a guy who dropped off the tour because of injury problems, had to come back, and then did something he'd never done before.
Didn't he play well to do it? No, it was fabulous. Here's Ratajski.
140.
Very nearly the first max of the match.
How tempted would you have been with the bullseye last dart there?
That's where I would have been going.
Double chance shot doesn't work out for Mickey.
92.
Sets it up, but Ratajski looking at 102. A 25-ball ball last dart would have left him 97 or better.
Yeah, which is a 2-dart combination. The 102, of course. Well, now it's 51 on ball. Ooh, how good is he on the ball? That good.
He soft hit players love a bullseye.
We told you.
The point to that is, if you've got darts already in the treble and you think they're great markers that can help you increase your chances of hitting the treble, that makes players' decisions for them some of the time.
Yeah, if you pin eye on that treble 20 and you feel like it's right on the end of your throw, then you literally just stay there.
That's the perfect dart for Christoph.
Yep. Again, that angle doesn't actually show how below horizontal the darts are. They're not quite as extreme as a certain Mr. Taylor's, but it's certainly a stacking technique that Christoph uses.
137. Christoph, you require 122.
We had a great shot in the opening game from Patrick when he was on tops, and it looked like there was loads of room. And then when we took the other shot, you could see that. Ooh,
double 7 for a 1-2-2 for Ratajski.
150.
His first dart missed at double in this game.
Mickey, you require 62.
Mickey Mansell. What's the route? 14s? Beautiful.
Yep. 2 10s. Hit it last time, misses it this time. Double 5, always tricky.
52.
And it was tricky for Mickey.
Christoph, you require 7.
Do not veer off the straight and narrow. He doesn't. Very nicely done. They can be awkward. And to be fair, he won that leg where he missed the double 19. Came back and won it by pinning double 10 for a 38. But it's not like he's getting chances every leg. Or good chances every leg.
40.
He's just being given crumbs.
And there's nothing in it in the averages. 92 plays 92. But Ratajski's 4-1 because he's been very good at setting things up and then taking them out.
140. Mickey, you require 121.
Yet to see a max in this one, which is a bit of a surprise. Treble 17. Just forced. Lost the line.
45.
What can Ratajski do with the same finish?
121.
To the 11s. Oh my word. Well, he's left 19.
My pet hate chasing the trebles, because how often do we see it done?
105.
Yeah, you and Nicholson really don't like it. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. But it hasn't worked out for him there.
That's why we don't like it. Tops, it's going to be awkward. Got to navigate around that dart here, and it catches it on the way through and takes all the energy out of dart number 3. So to go within 1. Oh, on the wire. Doesn't mind it over here. Pins it. 14 dart. Break of throw, and that's 3 on the spin, Dan. And he's 1 away.
I see Simon Whitlock has been given the nod for Australia. Who knows who's going to play for Belgium, but it'll be fun finding out as Krzysztof Ratajski produces the first perfect scoring visit of the match. And it gives him a chance of producing the first 4-visit leg of the match and wrapping it up.
60.
Now, will he go ball?
132.
Ooh. Yes.
Looked quite inviting for the bullseye if he'd got the treble 19.
It did.
Mickey
for him.
161.
Oh, options, but traditional route for Mansell. Well, he's just seen Mansell stay in the game with a double 14. He now has the same double
44.
to get the job done.
Krzysztof, you require
So for a
28.
6-2 win and set up a rematch with Josh Rock. Wow. Well,
No
the things that have
score.
served him so well in this
Mickey,
game,
you require
that have put him in this position, have just deserted him at the end.
It's a big ask, though, for Mansell. Double 19 and tops. No. It was a big ask.
57. Krzysztof, you require 28.
Have another crack then. Getting further and further away from it there, Krzysztof Ratajski.
Yeah, Ratajski is making me waste ink, Dan. Right, tops needed. Tops he's got. He stays in it somehow.
Mickey Mansell.
How many missed starts to the double do we have from Ratajski there, Dan?
There is an air of henchman about him.
There is. Air of assassin.
135.
Good response from Ratajski.
Yeah, it's what we know of him, isn't it? We're not being presumptuous or speculative. It's hardcore evidence.
85. Krzysztof, you require 70.
Oh, Mansell is there on a finish, but Ratajski's on a better one. Much better one. Match darts again. 8th time lucky? Yes, it is. Eventually, an 8th match dart finds the mark on double 8 as the Polish Eagle sets up a repeat meeting with Josh Rock. He missed a dart to beat him in Munich last week on the Euro Tour. He's got a chance for revenge here in Austria this weekend. And that feels perhaps like a more relevant statistic for the Diamond.
$81.
Oh, you got some Rasma fans in.
90.
Nice use of the bull. Yeah, Madas Rasma is one of the flag bearers in the PDC Tour. Made man from Latvia, who's reached a couple of Euro Tour semi-finals in the past.
99.
Latest one being Kiel last year.
95.
He's looking for an early break of throw. Now, he is a treble 19 man through and through, so he should love 95. And, of course, he eschews treble 19 in favour of the bull. That hasn't gone to plan.
55.
Yeah, don't really understand it.
Ian, you require 76.
Can he make this disappear in 2 darts? No, he can't. Now, 61. He should be looking at the 11s. Big safe 11. And a bullseye to go with it as well.
Ian White, second leg is Madas to throw first.
So it's turned out to be a very good day for Madders there. Already in one tournament, Oh, hang on, maybe he didn't. No, he didn't. He lost. He lost to Adam Warner in the second game.
63.
Oh, very bad day for Matis, turns out.
Well, a decent enough day.
Yeah, I guess.
100.
It's a kind of cliche. It was a roller coaster of a day.
Shouldn't have bothered turning up at all.
He's not turned up here either.
68.
Because he might not get a dart at double for a third leg running. Ian White leaves 47 after 15.
140.
Not having to do anything truly spectacular is Ian White, but he's got more than enough for Matters at the moment.
Ian Yokwa, 47.
There we go, just making sure we got the numbers right. Ian White Strange is the treble 9, which kind of messed things up a little. This will tidy them up. Looks a good guide.
Games on the third
3-0.
Ian White.
Turning into a bit of a stroll, this for Ian White. Has tended to get the better of Matters over the years, Ian White, but despite being 5-3 up in the head-to-head meetings, the 2 meetings they've had in the last 2 years, both gone the way of Matters. And look, it's a reflection of where Ian White's career has been. Pointed out his Euro Tour record.
84.
His record on the floor until
60.
recently has been similar. This for a 4-1 lead. Very nicely done.
On the fifth leg, Ian White, 6 against Matters to throw first.
He would always be there. He was that good. Into major quarterfinals so many times.
And that's why he was ranked as a top 10 player in the world, despite never having a stellar record in the big TV tournaments. He was so consistent on the floor and in European Tour events. For whatever reason, he could never get that translated to the big stage.
90.
But he was always a dangerous, dangerous player.
That leaves tops. And that's the 12 darter. And he's really lifted things in the second half of this game, Ian White. He was not brilliant in the first 3 legs.
$140. $43. Matters Yokwa, 121.
We're seeing a wobble from Ian White.
$80. $60. Matters Yokwa, 41. Games on the 9th leg. Matters Rasma.
Well, the finishing has been brilliant from the pair of them in this game. Rasmus only missed 4 darts at double. Ian White's only missed 1. But can he get a chance?
140.
He's gone aggressive. It leaves a bogey number. Matis Rasma may go aggressive here. Well, he's gone for a bit of a safety first to try and give himself an option. It's not worked out. A really difficult number, 305.
132.
What a visit.
128.
Needed that, Ian White. Hasn't had a dart at double in the last 3 legs, where Matters has won in 14, 14 and 13.
Both on tops after 12 and a last leg decider. What a crescendo to this game. Can Ian White bring it to an end? Yes, he can. Ian White, look at the relief from the diamond. Holding off a brilliant fight back from the Latvian #1 to pick up his first win on the Euro Tour in a couple of years.
I don't know who was more shocked when I looked on Dart Connect. I was like, what is that? How did that happen? But again, it's that thing, you just get into that rhythm and you're just focusing on what you're doing, and that's what these guys do so well week in, week out. They're unaffected by their opponent's play.
That's the beauty of Dart Connect. It's there forever.
Yeah, very much like Ian White in that last match. His finishing was on point throughout, so he had no fears. Oh, hello.
110.
That could have been a very happy accident, but instead Chris Landman's going to have to chase an awkward double 5. Pressure can Andrew Gilding apply?
90.
Well, nice last start.
10.
Double 5 can always be a little bit tricky. That should be. No, that's why it's tricky.
6.
You're fearful of it. You've got to attack it on dart 1. So if you burn that dart, you burn it early, and then you get a chance at double 2. A beautiful first start. And not a bad second. You called it on the tops.
These guys are examples to players maybe like Chris, who at the end of this year could lose his tour card. You can come back and your second coming can be even better.
Yep. Well, you learn so much from them opening couple of seasons. Season 1, a lot of the players are like rabbit in headlights. Season 2, they just sort of get to grips with it, and more often than not, the damage was done.
123.
That'll do to leave 38. Landman needs a couple of big trebles just to leave a big finish, and that's not going to happen. So we may see Andrew split here. 6 for double 16. Or just lump straight at it. It's interesting. Someone like Schindler, they sort of go about it the wrong way. You think, I always look at what Luke Humphries has done. You know, he's gone through every level of the sport, hasn't he? And done it in the right order effectively. Where you get Schindler, he's not won a Pro Tour, has he? But he's won Euro Tours.
140.
He finally got his first Pro Tour a month ago in Hildesheim. You would expect that the Pro Tours would come before the Euro Tours, but not in his case. He was constantly being made to peg him back. Huge final darts after a couple of wayward ones, high and low. Can he find a ton? He can. Well, it's 101 for the match. Just taking out 108. Single 1. Double top for Andrew Gilding. Goldfinger can't get the job done. Chris Landman will come back.
I expected that to go in with his ability on top so far. That's a wild one. Oh, he's left it late, but he's found double 10 with dart 3 to take us all the way.
Yeah, we've got a few relative unknowns coming up in the next 2 games. Christian Gödel, who came through the post-nation qualifier. That is what you call timing to get a 180, and now Andrew Gilding has got to fire something big. Well,
I was going to say, is that big enough?
Does get him to a finish, but a difficult one. Landman's really firing now. Back-to-back 180s. This is sensational, and yet 41 after 9. He may still lose the match. Treble 20. That ends that.
85.
Landman
41.
led in the opening leg. Oh, that's a disaster. Double 19. Oh, that would have been the first time he's led since then.
No score. Andrew Carr 76.
Well, we spoke about the erratic nature of a player like Chris Landman, and there you could see it. And Andrew Gilding is about to swoop in and maybe pick his pocket. But he misses more match darts. That's 3 now. Chris Lambden has a reprieve.
41.
Just has to make sure of the single one. This time gets it. And this time finds tops to pull off a brilliant win for Chris Lambden. Disappointment for Andrew Gilding, who 105.47. That's not to be sniffed at, Dan Dawson, even if it's only a best of 5.
Yeah, no. He can undoubtedly play, Christian Gilding.
140.
And we're seeing that in the opening leg here. Now, obviously, Girdle yet to win a game on the Euro Tour from 3 previous attempts. Thibaut Tricol has only won 1. That was in Riesa, first Frenchman ever to win on the European Tour. So we're going to see something here that we've either never seen before or that we've only seen once before. Treble 20 is found. Now the ball. For a 1-3-5 start, Thibaut Tricol.
Thibaut Tricol.
Stats of Tricol, and he's averaging 90.42 for the season. He's slightly below that.
85.
But Christian at the moment is way above that. So, like you say, if he can just hold this level, he has a great chance of winning.
Now, when you look at the winning averages so far today, Matt Campbell, an 87, granted, survived all those match darts. Ratajski, a 92. Ian White, a 97. Very good performance against Matthias Razma. And Chris Lambden's managed to win with a 91 there. So, Girdle is in that ballpark.
Yeah, he's in that range.
140. Christian require 160.
First treble is found. Tops.
Good.
What is happening here, Dan Dawson?
Christian Girdle. Good leg, Thibaut.
Look at him bounce to the Steiermark colour. He always strikes me as a streaky player, Thibaut. He goes through these spells where he's just hitting things.
Well, him and Lambden remind me that they're very similar, aren't they? They just play in streaks, and when they're hot, they're hot. When they're not, they're not.
We did, of course, see Thibaut go and reach the final of the Lakeside. Well, not going the bullseye route this time. And in both cases, Girdle was not on a finish, but I suppose Thibaut is thinking, I'm in so many treble 20s these last 3 minutes, I'll just stay there.
96. Thibaut required 24.
With a double 6 again.
Now he's got a decision.
What would you do? Bust?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not getting involved on
No score.
single 3 and then 1 double 1 and hitting 18 and
And you know what? The best thing about that was, you make whatever decision you want, but what he has done, he has not just thrown that anywhere. He's not thrown it at the bull.
where you can get a bounce out.
Yeah. It's such a basic thing. Well, absolutely. In
Certainly
fact,
over this sort of course and distance.
yeah, right. But this would be a PB on the Euro Tour for Tricol.
40.
Should set this up nicely.
83.
Not as nicely as you would like.
There was a case there to switch to 18s for me.
That's unfortunate.
Thibaut required 98.
But Thibaut to get it done from 3-1 down. Not yet.
58.
Is there a twist?
Christian, you require
The
138.
roof will come off this place if this goes. It's not going to.
47. Thibaut, you require
To get it done,
40.
6-3.
From 3-1 down, Thibaut Tricol turns it around and gets over the Girdle hurdle to book his spot in round 2. It'll be last year's beaten finalist Joe Cullen for the French touch. Just his second ever win on the European Tour, but my word, it was in doubt early on.
In order to get to European tours, there is a good group of players in that Nordic and Baltic region.
A lot of good Swedish players, like Engström and Larsson.
Thibaut require 130.
Andreas Harrison. Yeah, there's some real talent in that part of the world, and there always has been. But this is for a 12-darter.
85. Timu, you require 72.
Ryan Joyce had a crack at 72 in the first leg. Mucked around, only hit double six at the fourth time of asking. Timu goes another way. Double 12. And that's a 14 dart response. It's excellent from the Finn.
$91. $96. Timu, you require 170.
This would be interesting. Timu Harju, what are you doing? Oh my word!
145.
That's the first time we've seen him smile.
Ryan, you require 114.
Man who averaged 40 in the opening leg has nearly taken out the 170 to break Ryan Joyce and lead. But he's going to get more chances.
98. Timu, you require 25.
He's got his serious face back on. Oh dear. Now needs 3 for double 2. Well, he started the last leg messily with the check out of 70, checked it out on double 9. Can't do anything of the like here.
Games on the fifth leg.
Well, that is a big missed opportunity for Timu Harju. This is good. This is really, really good from Timu Harju. He did not show what he was capable of in his Euro Tour debut last year.
140.
It was a leg of nightmare in the opening leg of this. Since then, he has been very impressive. And that is an 11 dart leg.
Set leg, Ryan to throw first. Game on.
80 points clear of his opponent.
$65.
I like that shot. Makes sense. No need for the bullseye when he returns to the board. Oh, the Finn makes his move, and that makes that previous shot from Ryan Joyce even better. Is he going to attack this? He's covered it a bit. Not going to get a dart at the outer ring. Now, can Timu Harju,
60.
the highest finish in this game has been 72. And he pluck out a 1-2-1. The way he's playing, there's no reason why this couldn't happen.
Treble 17. Too much to ask, so Ryan Joyce will come back.
85.
He is likely to go 20 for double 18. He despises tops. And he's just about a fan of double 18.
Set leg, Timu to throw first. Game.
And this valiant fight from the Finn could be coming to an end before a last leg decider.
Needs 2 big trebles. Does not get them, so it affords Ryan Joyce the chance to set this up. Doesn't have to be a hero on the bullseye. Well, went for treble 17 anyway.
137.
I'll quickly correct myself, actually. That game is between Wright and Razman. Nobody got a dart to win a leg that they lost, so there were breaks to throw in there, only a couple. But this game, it's only been Timu being the aggressor on the other guy's throw until now. And Ryan Joyce has done it right at the end.
30. Ryan, you require 24.
And to bring Timu Harju's valiant battle To an end. Double 12 is found. It's a 13-darter from Relentless. His best leg of the match. In fact, his best 2 legs of the match came at the end.
6-3. Is that a win in European Tour qualifiers over the likes of Willie Borland, and on the Pro Tour over Martin Schindler? Beat Martin Schindler 6-3. Also beaten Matt Campbell.
85.
Also beat Nico Springer, and I was doing the coverage of that World Masters qualifier. Also beat Rhys Griffiths. It was a group that he wasn't expected to come out of.
135.
She came out of it unbeaten.
$60.
Single to double for Riccardo Pietrezco.
Look at his run, which we'll wait for this leg to be completed.
34. Tommy require 116.
Double top. Break of throw, Tom Bissell.
Outstanding.
Bissell's got the advantage now.
Yeah, on the Pietrezco throw as well, so he's applying a bit of pressure.
100.
That has created an opportunity here. 6 darts at 180 to lead full 3.
100.
Like that last dart.
Same.
Means he doesn't have to use the bullseye. Whereas had he stayed on top, he could have left 85. And the bullseye's not been his friend so far.
He's only missed it by a whisker
Tommy
on
require
2
80.
occasions. Tops, and it's out the way.
40.
In the line I expected him to take.
100.
The length was slightly over pitched, and this is a big moment in the match.
Two tops. There's one. And he follows it up. That is quality from Riccardo Pietrezco. When Bissell was sat on tops himself, Pietrezco hits 2 of them.
Pull to that.
101.
Very creative user of the board is Riccardo, and there was an example of it. Leaves the big fish.
95. Riccardo, you require 170.
Well, he's asking for it. Riccardo on this occasion can't deliver. He's got to keep his head on the job.
58.
That is given Tom Bissell just a small glimmer of hope. May use the ball. Not now. Oh.
49.
The treble 19 was the
Riccardo, you require
preferred shot.
112.
Go within a leg of victory. Double 16. Riccardo Pietrezco has made a habit of winning round 1 matches on the European Tour this year, and that might be about to continue.
9th leg, Riccardo to throw first. $85.
Just trying to force that right corner, which created the pull to the left.
$140.
This is Pietrezco's game to lose.
He's pretty much averaging, well, hovering around the numbers that he's got for the season so far. Literally a smidge over 90.
76.
On this occasion, it's enough. In round 2, I'm not so sure.
Double 4. Does like to go for the treble when he's got 56 with 2 in hand.
68.
He missed the match start, but he's going to get more with Bissell back on 2-1-6.
Yeah, I think he does it because it focuses him to sort of sight where he wants to hit.
82. Ricardo, you acquire 8.
Double 4. And Ricardo Pietreczko makes it 5 from 5. Round 1 assignments complete. The debutant Tom Bissell started strongly, but unfortunately faded. And it is Ricardo Pietreczko who will face Chris Dobey in round 2.
A player I instantly think about who is a far better player on a big stage than maybe on in a pro tour at Leicester is Rauby, very much like Dimitri. They just seem to just blossom on that stage and grow.
Yeah, former Euro Tour finalist is Roby John.
Yeah, they play better in this, the intensity of this environment. It may just mean they focus that little bit more.
46. Roby John require 170.
Well, the show-offs. Can't show off with a 170 finish, but he's going to set it up a bit better than Matty Denon.
96. Matthew Carr 118.
These are the shots that he may have to take out to get anywhere in this match.
60.
Feeling was this could be
74.
a very tight one.
Oh, how about that? Not the first time today we've seen that. Playing missing a big number and bailing themselves out on the ball. One, for example, and they throw out the ball once in the 25, but then they hit the ball, which is presumably they knew that was a possibility.
It's what you're aiming at.
54.
Yeah, and then they stop and go, oh, hang on, what am I doing? Oh, how's that happened? What have I got left?
And then consequently go and miss the big 3.
Exactly. You practice your routine, your rhythm, and you get used to it, and it helps you get into that sort of flow state, if you like. And anything that gets in the way of that is a bad thing.
Yeah, and speaking of Glenn Durrant, he was an advocate, as I am, of you practice your 41s to your 81s before worrying about your 121s to your 170s.
Double 12 for a 97 checkout and a 2-0 lead.
85. Matthew Carr 126.
Good.
It's better.
And that's perfect. What a shot, Matty Denon. How am I going to try and win this? It's not exactly a positive mindset.
96. Roby John require 153. 65. Matthew Carr 144.
2 treble 20s. Double 12. Again, a lot of these darts are short or low, whichever
60.
way you want to look at it.
Roby John
And
require 88.
again, that's an indication of feeling it. Single 18. Treble's a bonus. A risky bonus. But misses double 7.
81. Matthew Carr 84.
Similar shot for Denon. But it's low. We'll get one of the ball. And Matty Denon manages to hold throw.
$85.
Again.
131.
Again, big pressure for Rauby to deal with. Cannot afford any mistakes from here.
60. Matthew Carr
And that's a mistake.
136.
Oh, can he follow that? He can't.
96. Roby John Carr 116.
2 perfect darts needed in this for Roby, and it's already ended.
One thing in that
42.
scenario is you just
Matthew Carr
cannot
40.
afford to stray because the shot's off.
Gage
And Matty
on the
Denon's
sixth leg.
finishing
Matthew
continues
Denon.
to be impressive.
Well, he's down to a finish, looking to set up a meeting with Martin Schindler. A game where neither man may be able to go on all the roller coasters at the fairground, but are quite capable of reaching the heights in
39.
terms of a game of darts.
Matthew Carr 142.
Doesn't find the 60. Clever play,
64.
that. Very, very clever.
170.
Well, unfortunately, that's kind of what this game's been about. Roby John has had looks at things, and they've not lasted very long. Matty Dennant's dry spell on the Euro Tour has lasted eons, but it might be coming to an end right now.
38.
Not yet.
Roby John 93.
Clip off the flight. But he gets the 57, 2 at double 18 to make Matty Dennant wait even longer.
57. Matthew 40.
So to bring his 6-year wait for a Euro Tour win to an end. Oh dear. Oh,
30.
Matty Dennant.
Didn't even scare the double 10 or the double 5. Double 9. One dart left.
18. Matthew 10.
Is he going straight at it or is he splitting? Straight at it by the looks of it. The fall over the line. Oh, Matty Dennant. Look, weird things happen. Weird things happen in games of darts. But surely Matty Dennant is thinking about winning, and that's the issue. Roby John makes sure he hasn't won it just yet.
Fall over the line. Again, he's in control of this leg.
140.
And he should be getting multiple more darts for the match, Matty Dennant.
60. Matthew 87.
Beautiful dart, double 18. And the wait is over. Finally, Matty Dennant wins again on the European Tour. The first time since 2019. And just when it looked like it was getting nervy, he wins it with an 11-darter. That wraps up the afternoon session for you. Matty Dennant completing the list of winners. We'll be back in less than 2 hours' time now for the evening session, and one which features the likes of Van Barneveld, Van Dijvenbode and Mensur Suljovic.